You're watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, extreme smile makeovers. According to my first guest, he says your teeth are never too bad, or your gums are never too bad. You're never too far gone to have the smile you've always wanted. He calls it full mouth reconstruction. With us, we have Ohio's dentist, Dr. John Runion. Dr. Runion, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me. Very excited to be here to talk about this topic.
So for people that don't know your practice, who's the typical patient? What are the different services you offer?
Randy, we really don't have a typical patient. We have patients that come in that've had some staining over the years, coffee drinkers, tea drinkers, wine. And what they're really looking for is like, hey, I don't smile as big as I used to. I kind of cover my mouth. What can you do for me? And they think they need all this stuff done, and we're like, listen, through some simple processes, we can whiten those teeth, we can bring back years to your smile and years to your appearance, and they're very happy afterwards. They're going around kind of talking about how easy that process was. They didn't need all the typical, grinding and shots and all that type of thing. So it's a great service that we can offer just through some traditional whitening that we do in-house, professionally done.
Okay.
And it's great for those type of people. And then, sometimes we get patients that come in that they're a little more broken down. They have some crowding where the teeth are kind of overlapped. They care about their teeth. They're trying to brush and floss, but they're getting food stuck and wear patterns where they're like, man, that tooth used to be longer. Now it's shorter. Their wife or their spouse is starting to say, hey, why aren't you really smiling, like you used to? So those patients were able to use a ceramic. It's a custom, professionally done process where we're covering their teeth using a crown or a veneer to restore their smile using materials. And what that really does is that brings out the youthfulness. It brings out their personality and their emotion through their smile. And we're doing that pretty quickly because we do have a lab in-house, and we have our own machine that can make these crowns in office while you wait. And what that does is that allows us to get a lot of dentistry done efficiently and quickly, and a lot of times in one visit. So while we're doing other things with the patient, we can have our lab technician and our machine over there making the crown or making the veneer, and we can ensure a proper fit. We can ensure that it's custom match and everything looks great, and we're doing that all right there a lot of times in one single visit. So it's a wonderful service that we provide our patients.
Now, today we invite you on the show to talk about this term you call full mouth reconstruction. People with really bad broken down mouths. And then you fix them. What is that? What is your definition of a full mouth reconstruction?
Us nerdy dentists, we like to use these big terms so that it really makes us sound important and that we know all this stuff. But at the end of the day, a full mouth reconstruction is when a patient, they've just really broken down over the years, and it can be a whole host of problems that they come in with, but the solution a lot of times is the same. We can use a multifactorial approach where we can use a dental implant, we can use a crown, we can use gum therapy to use all of these things in collaboration to bring back the patient to 100% function, 100% smile. And it's such a great, wonderful service. And we don't just look at someone who might be really broken down with missing teeth and loose teeth and say, oh, we got to take everything out. We got to put you in a denture. We got to do these really extreme procedures because we really focus on trying to save what we can, bring them back using their natural teeth. But sometimes we got to add in some implants or add in some bridge work. That's a traditional term that's used. And we're able to use what they have, bring them back, and restore that confidence that they once had.
And that's what that full mouth means. Full mouth.
So
somebody with really bad teeth or bad gums.
Yes.
You can clean that up and do it.
Correct. So a lot of times it starts with the gums. So they'll have bleeding gums when they floss. They might be getting some bad breath, sometimes some loose teeth. A lot of patients, with type A personalities now, they're just grinding those teeth during work and at night. And what we're doing is we're saying, okay, we got all these things. Let's use our high technology. Let's evaluate. Let's take images of it. And let's come up with a plan together. So a lot of times we're working together with their needs and what we can provide. And we're giving them all of that back. We're giving them that set of teeth that they had when they were, young. and it's a wonderful service. Another group of patients that we see are the denture wears or the partial denture wears, and they come in with a whole kind of unique set of problems. So they've had dental visits over the years, and a lot of times they've been bad dental visits, and they kind of gave up, or at least the dentist presented them this option of we have to give up. We have to get all these teeth out and make this bulky acrylic plastic denture that covers the roof of the mouth. It's pushing into the lips, and it's just not a very natural replacement option. So we take those patients, we utilize dental implants, we create a full mouth of teeth fixated into those implants.
Okay.
And these people, it's life changing. I mean, the excitement that comes out of their eyes when we hand them that mirror. The way they talk, the way they interact, they're joking with staff, their spouses are just ecstatic with the type of energy it brings back, and it's such a wonderful service. We really just give our heart and soul into these things because the patience and the change that we can give, a lot of times in one day, amazing. It's truly remarkable.
So lasers are big.
Lasers are huge.
Like you use them every day?
I would say, I'm getting our laser out every day. It's okay. A really, because for patients, we're not bringing in the, a lot of times I call it the cold steel and sunshine, where they're getting a scalpel, they're getting a big bright light over them, and we're coming at them with all this scary metal instruments. We bring in this, it's actually really cool looking, but we're bringing in this laser where we're not cutting, we're not incising, we're not getting blood and stuff everywhere. What we're doing is we're going in very specifically treating the bad tissue or the bad parts of the teeth, and we're not harming the other tissues.
Like the bacterial infection.
Correct.
We're talking about gum disease right now?
So gum disease is a big one, and a lot of times patients don't know. It's silent. It's sitting underneath the gum and the bone. It's causing all these problems, and patients don't know. They don't know because it's not abscessing or swelling. It's just these minor symptoms that the patients have. But what we do is we come in and we're able to educate them on this problem that's brewing underneath there, and use this laser that can target the specific problems around each tooth and treat it.
So it kills the infection.
Kills the infection.
So people with bad gums, like really bad gums,
correct,
they could still get veneers or crowns or whatever?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. So we focus on that education where we tell them, hey, you're coming in, you got some worn down teeth, you got some cracked teeth, some crowded teeth, maybe even some missing teeth. Let's come in with the laser. Let's treat this underlying issue, this gum disease, this bacterial problem that's around each tooth, get them stable. Now they're flossing without blood everywhere. They're not having that bad breath that they might have. And with that good foundation, I can collaborate with Dr. Hill, our associate dentist, and we can come up with this plan to just sequentially bring them back to this full, beautiful smile that they once have. So the lasers is an integral part. We're using it all the time. Patients love it. Like I said, a lot of these patients have had dental treatment over the years where they're used to this gum surgery where they're cutting gums and making all this, a lot of times it's a painful process, and we're able to eliminate that healing time, eliminate that painful process, and come in with the lasers, treat it, take care of it, get them back to normal, educate them on how to keep it that way. That's a big part of what we do. And it's wonderful. It's exciting because we love them to talk about it with their friends and family. Hey, I got this laser. It was awesome. Compared to their parents or their siblings might be like, well, I didn't get the laser. I had this guy in there cutting things up and doing surgery all the time, and we can do it in a much more precision-like way.
Now you do a lot. Now we should mention your training because we talked at the top of the show that like a full mouth reconstruction, rebuilding a complete mouth. So you said after dental school, you've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
Is there that much to it?
Yeah. So
like you've had oral surgery training.
Correct. Yeah. So in dental school, you're learning foundations, you're learning sciences, you're learning medicine, you're learning basic dental treatments, and it's wonderful because you come out and you're excited about what you're doing, you're excited about your profession, but there's more out there.
Okay.
So with that foundation, I've really traveled all over the United States, even some other countries, to learn techniques from the world's best that I can bring back to Columbus, bring back to Ohio, and give that service to our patients. So a lot of oral surgery, a lot of implant training, hundreds of hours just in implant training alone. Okay. But then you have to know how to then treat the tooth on top. So we really focus on how those teeth come together because we can give you the best smile in the world. Most beautiful set of veneers or crowns, but if those teeth aren't touching right, that stuff's going to break down. It's going to
breaks down.
crack.
Is that right?
And that's what we see a lot of. We see a lot of patients that come in and they're frustrated. They're like, hey, I spent $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 getting my smile done.
And it keeps breaking?
2, 3, 5 years later, that stuff's broken down, and now we're coming in and we're able to repair it. We're able to bring back the confidence in dentistry and what dentistry can do. But it took a lot of hard work and a lot of stressful time. But and it's a work in progress. There's technology advancements every day, and we're constantly reaching out, collaborating with colleagues nationwide, worldwide, trying to learn the best skills and techniques and bringing it back to our practice for sure.
Now you do television ads, like 30-second spots.
Correct,
you say you get a lot of patients from that. And you advertise price, which seems to be a little bit less than what I guess I normally see.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is really make our services affordable or reachable for people that don't think that they can afford it. Because the bottom line is losing teeth is very expensive.
Okay.
And we want to make it known that we can help you and we can bring back all the things that having a healthy smile can have. And we can do it in an affordable way, an efficient way that can meet the budgets of everyone. We have multiple financing options.
Are people financing these?
Absolutely. And,
Really?
And
like every day you do financing?
I would say it's more often that someone is going to finance their dental procedures than if they come in and they have this whole bucket of money saved up and they're going to just write a check. Because ultimately, it is expensive, like I said, to restore a smile that has missing teeth in a broken down situation. But also, what we're really trying to do is come in on the front end and save people a lot of money by education, by telling them and educating them on what's currently happening, some of these conditions that we're predicting are going to continue further, so that we can save teeth. Because going in, taking out some of all their teeth, putting in implants everywhere, that is very, very expensive. So we can save them from that. We're going to ultimately, give them such a better option at a less price, for sure.
Now we should mention, Medicare doesn't cover this, Medicaid, even the best insurance only covers a very small portion of the max payout.
Yeah.
But financing, you have to have some credit to do that, obviously.
If you have decent credit, we're going to get you financed. We have great partners that we work with. They're outside groups that come in. They specialize just in dental financing. So they know your situation. They know the importance of this type of treatment and what it can do for you. And you just have to come in and let us help you in that process. Okay. But yeah, having some decent credit is a huge start so that we can get you going down that road.
Now I wanted to ask you, so you do even like root canals? Like you do everything right there?
Correct. So again, patients come in, they don't know exactly what their problem is, but they know they have some issues. And what we can really do, we collaborate together, all of us dentists, we put together a great plan, and we can take care of pretty much everything in one facility. And each of our teams really specialize in their certain group of procedures so that you're still getting the top-notch care that you deserve, but we're doing it conveniently, efficiently in one practice.
Okay, good. Now you brought some photos. What are we looking at?
So the first gentleman we brought in, a wonderful gentleman named Larry, and it's an interesting case, and he was a really great guy to get to know, and we really were able to see such a transformation in a short period of time. So this gentleman, his wife kind of tricked him into coming in, to be honest.
What does that mean that she tricked him?
So over the years, they've been married, I want to say close to 40 years. Maybe even a little bit more, I'm not quite sure. But she had noticed maybe over the last 10 to 15 years, he was really kind of isolating himself socially. So
because of his teeth?
Well, she didn't know, but ultimately it came out, yeah, it was because of his teeth. So at their social settings, he was kind of sitting back, kind of always sitting on the couch, sitting on the chairs, kind of being in the back, not engaging in close conversation. Come to find out, he was embarrassed because he had noticed that his breath had some issues. He was noticing some teeth were getting loose.
Because this is pretty bad, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be unusual.
It's not. We see this situation very frequently. And for people like you and I, we don't notice it because these people, they're hiding.
They don't smile.
They're hiding it. They're putting their mouth over when they smile. A lot of times they're not smiling at all. They're keeping their lip kind of covered, or they're not in situations that we would even see them. So they're not in the front of the rooms telling stories, or they're not in little groups engaging in conversation. They're just kind of sitting back. And this gentleman, his wife noticed that. And over the years, she's like, this isn't the guy I married. Who is this guy? Okay. So what ended up happening was she was getting on him so much that he finally just kind of was like, listen, I'm not wanting to go to these social situations because I'm missing teeth. I got some loose teeth. Honestly, wow. I can't eat the foods that I want to eat at dinner, so I'm ordering these kind of softer foods and people are looking at me weird. So I don't want to put myself in these awkward situations. So what she did was, she had heard of us, she had seen our commercials, she had had some friends that had been in and gotten some excellent treatment done by us. So she kind of tricked him. She was like, hey, I made an appointment. I want you to go see Dr. Runion. Just meet him. He's not going to do anything.
Praying he would do this.
Correct. And he was, I'm not going. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to show people my mouth. I don't want this to be projected all over their office and everything. And what we were able to do is I was able to sit down with him, talk to him, really get to know him and what his needs were. And I think that was such a huge step for him that we were ultimately able to get our imaging using our the latest in technology. So he was impressed by that. And from there, we were able to really come together with a plan that could absolutely transform his life. So this gentleman came in, he thought he was helpless. He thought there was nothing he could do. He's embarrassed. He thinks there's no way they can afford any of this type of treatment. We collaborated together. We worked with financing. We came up with a plan together, working in unison. And within one day, one dental visit.
So he walks in with those before teeth.
Yes.
And walks out with those teeth.
Correct. So
really
wonderful. He came in, like I said, pretty broken down, kind of, didn't know where to turn. And after we got all of our information, all of our imaging, got a good plan together, within one dental visit, we were able to take him from that current situation to that second picture where he walked out with that beautiful, full smile. And let me tell you, in these follow-up visits, this guy truly transformed in front of our eyes. He started flirting with some of the staff. He started joking around with me. Really, his personality completely came out. And his wife, she wasn't coming back into the room for all the follow-up visits, but she's out there talking to our front desk, just raving at, hey, I got my husband back. I got this guy back who I knew I married, who now once he's dragging me out going to social events, he's taking me to dinner, and our entire relationship has developed. Our romance is back. She just couldn't stop talking, and it was wonderful. And
all because of his teeth.
Actually, yes. I mean, in life, if you don't like something about yourself, it's really going to hold you back. You're not going to want to present yourself in front of people.
Okay,
you're not
going
to. Why would you put yourself in a situation that you're uncomfortable? And that's just human, the mechanism to protect yourself.
Now, you're a dentist. It does not surprise me to hear you think that the smile is so important, like maybe one of the most important things.
Well, you and I, we don't know because we're not in those situations. So
we have pretty good teeth, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we're unable to realize. But these people are judged. They're judged because maybe their teeth, they're missing some teeth. So movies and Hollywood projects people with missing teeth as being uneducated, or it projects them as being poor.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
So these people that have missing teeth, they feel that way about themselves, and they feel that other people are passing that judgment on to them. So look at a villain in Hollywood, okay? A villain in Hollywood has dark teeth, has messed up snaggly teeth. So then if a patient actually unfortunately has that condition, they're trained to think that they're bad, or society is going to look at them as a villain character, or
that's a good point, okay.
A homeless person in a movie, right?
Has bad teeth.
They have bad teeth. They have dark teeth. They have maybe a front missing tooth. So then if that condition unfortunately affects somebody, they're going to project themselves as that. So yeah, when we're able to give somebody that smile back, they're going to come out of that shell and they're going to really be the person that they once were, if not more. because they've been through that transformation.
So you see this all the time then?
Yeah, so we see it all the time with a patient that goes through a transformation and they really are coming back a brand new person, really showing their emotions, showing their personality right out in front. So let me tell you for an example, okay?
Okay.
You have two twin sisters that are going for a job interview. So one of the sisters kind of has bad teeth that she's self-conscious about. So she's hiding her smile, she may be kind of slouching her shoulders, not projecting high energy, happiness, really an eagerness to get this job. And then you have the other twin sister who is confident about her smile, so she's really broadcasting that. She's showing how happy she is to be there, how excited she is about this potential job. But they have the same skill set, the same worth to that company, but one's projecting it more than the other. Well, it's natural that you're going to pick the one that is more self-confident, that's going to project in their smile. So it's not that the teeth are bad, it's that that's what that gives the person, is that confidence to really show the world what they're made of. And that's what we're here, that's what we're in the business of doing. We're in the business.
You see this all the time.
We see it all the time, and we not only see them coming in that sort of depressed state, but we also see the results that it can get to have that smile design done, that smile transformation done, and we live for that. We are giving that
Good for you.
daily, like I said, in our education and our energy that we give to our patients, and we're really just trying to spread that message around that, listen, we're here to help you.
So you're never too far gone.
Absolutely.
You could have the bad gums, the bleeding gums, the broken down teeth, and there's always something you can do.
Absolutely, and that is the message that we're trying to get out, that we want to show you that we can help any situation.
Okay.
And everybody's different. Everyone has a different plan that's ultimately going to get them to where they want to be. But we have the skill set under one roof to really take you from any current state to a wonderful, beautiful, healthy smile that can last for a very long time.
Now, you know, it's interesting. I had the Bosley, the hair guys on my show. And it's like the guy gets his hair back and he's running and hiking and dating and swimming and kissing and all. It's the same thing with teeth, right? That's what we talked about in the green room.
Yeah.
Where you give somebody a smile that they never had.
Correct.
And it's like they're enjoying life more.
Yeah,
Is that true?
It really is true. And we, again, when we don't know what we don't know, but these patients, I'm seeing it daily, that they are now not held back. They don't feel restricted.
Are you ever surprised? Like what it does to them?
Let me tell you about a patient that really exemplifies this situation. She unfortunately had some medical issues at a young age where her teeth really were breaking down. And she was giving it everything she could to try to save and repair her teeth, but ultimately was getting patchwork type dental work done over the years, okay? She found herself in a relationship that she knew wasn't for her, but she didn't have the confidence to move on. She was in a job position that she felt stuck, but didn't feel the confidence that she could get to these interviews and move on to the next level. And it was a very sad situation. She came to our office in this very depressed state, almost wanting more patchwork dentistry because she didn't feel she deserved this smile that I knew she did. So when she was telling me her story, I was getting excited. And I wasn't getting excited because of how bad she was. I was getting excited because I knew what we could give her through a smile transformation process.
So what happened to her?
So we were able to give her the smile that she always wanted. She didn't even think it was possible what we gave her. With her newfound self-confidence, she was able to raise her standards and go out and start dating again and find a match that really fits her perfectly. And she was able to be involved in more social situations. And ultimately, that led her to a perfect job interview, and she nailed the job, and now she's off being successful in a situation where she's presenting herself and the true person she is on a daily basis. And you know what? She's getting paid a lot to do it. So it's wonderful. All right, Randy, do I have time for two more photos?
2 more.
Okay.
We got about a minute.
Here we go. This is Jill. As you can see, she came in a pretty broken down state. And this is a woman that spent her entire life taking care of other people. She was in the healthcare profession. She was serving other people on a daily basis. When she came home, she was taking care of her kids and her husband. And she tried her hardest to keep her teeth healthy, but it was a never-ending battle. She was losing teeth a lot. She was getting bleeding gums, loose teeth, and she ultimately reached a point where she just gave up. She's like, I just can't do this. I'm spending money. I'm going to the dentist. I'm getting nowhere. I have to give all my resources to my family. So she gave up. Fast forward 5 years, she saw us. She wanted to come in and she goes, I know I need something. She came to us pretty helpless. So with her, her breaking point was she could not eat the foods she wanted anymore without pain. It was a pain situation. So she came in, she was fearful, she didn't feel she deserved this, and we were able to take her in one visit from this broken down state where she did not think there was any solution to this and bring her back to that beautiful smile that you see there. And now she is back working in her profession, serving her family. She's eating without pain. She's smiling. She's confident. And she trusts dentistry again. She trusts this process because we were able to transform her predictably and confidently and efficiently. So this last one, this is a unique situation because she was recently divorced and she had dentistry done over the years that really was not very aesthetically pleasing. Her smile was uneven in the colors, and it was just not a very good situation. And she wanted to get back out there dating, but did not feel that she was worthy of that situation.
Are those old like veneers right
Correct.
there? Is that
so
what I'm
that's
looking at?
old style dentistry with veneers and crowns and bridges where the ceramic doesn't match and none of it looks good. But she did it because that's what the dentist at the time told her to do.
All right.
We were able to take that old dentistry, use our new technology, use our approach with our high-skilled lab technicians and clinicians, and we're able to give her a beautiful smile. And now, at her last follow-up visit, I can tell you, she brought in her boyfriend that she had found through her newfound confidence out in the dating market. So with her newfound confidence, it became attractive, and she was able to go out and really enjoy herself and really be successful finding a new relationship, and that's what she presented at her last visit.
And they tell you this. I mean, they tell you this.
Oh, she was very open about it.
It's like a hairdresser. I mean, where they bleed their guts, they tell you their whole life
Correct,
story.
because we had built such a strong relationship. I mean, this is a connection that I love because we're able to really get in and find out what's motivating and what's driving them. And by getting rid of all the fears, getting rid of all the concerns that are just honestly not true that we can work through, we're able to give these smiles on a daily basis.
Okay, good. Now we are completely out of time.
Okay.
So we call it full mouth reconstruction. So someone with broken down teeth, you could save some teeth and still give them a great smile. And even if they have bad gums, you could work with the laser. Is that right? So final message is somebody watching this, and maybe they have really, really bad teeth, and they're putting it off, like the guy that his wife drug him in. But they're worried about pain, maybe they're worried about expense. What do you say to them?
So I just invite these patients in to see how affordable these treatment options can be. A lot of people think that their case is the worst case ever and that no one is as bad as them. We can fill the entire Ohio State University football stadium with these people that have broken down bad teeth. And it is such a common thing because of the fear of money, the fear of the procedures. But we can eliminate all of that fear, and we can give these people the life that they deserve through these smile transformations.
Okay, good. I want to thank you for coming on the show. Great
Absolutely.
info.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
We'll see you. You're watching The Wellness Hour. I'm Randy Alvarez for now. I wish you good health.
Thanks for watching The Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news with your host, Randy Alvarez, the authority on health issues.